After age 30, your body starts losing muscle. And not just a little on average, 8% of your muscle mass disappears every decade. But here's the kicker. After 60, that rate speeds up, fast. And by the time most people realize it, it's already affecting how they move, stand, and live. Suddenly, it's harder to get out of a chair. Climbing stairs feels heavier. Even carrying groceries becomes a quiet struggle. But here's the good news, and why this video could change everything for you. There are EAT-specific exercises backed by science and real-life results that can reverse this process. You don't need a gym, you don't need fancy equipment. You just need 15 minutes a day. In this video, I'm going to walk you through each of these 5 powerful movements designed to help you rebuild strength, stability, and confidence, especially if you're over 40 or helping someone who is. So if you're ready to reclaim your strength or help someone you love, do the same, stick around. And hey, if this video helps you, type yes in the comments. If you're watching this for a parent, a spouse, or a friend, type caring, because helping each other is what aging well is really about. Let's get into it. Let's talk about balance. Not the kind between work and family, not the kind between saving and spending, but the kind that keeps you on your feet. Because here's the truth that often sneaks up on us after 50. Balance begins to fade. And it doesn't always make a grand exit. Sometimes it disappears slowly, like strength leaving the legs, like awareness slipping from your step. One day, you're walking across the room without thinking. The next, you're reaching for the back of a chair, just in case. Maybe you've felt it already. A little wobble when stepping out of the shower. A quick stumble when turning around too fast. That small moment of panic when your foot catches the edge of a rug. And while these moments might seem minor, they matter. Because they're often the early whispers before a fall. But balance isn't just a gift of youth. It's a skill you can train, recover, and rebuild. And today, I want to show you how. First, let's understand what's really going on. Balance depends on a complex, beautiful system involving your inner ear, vestibular system, your eyes, your sense of touch and spatial awareness, proprioception, and of course, your muscles, especially in your legs and hips. As we age, each of these systems begins to slow down. The tiny hairs in the inner ear that help detect motion become less sensitive. Vision changes. Nerve endings in our feet get a little sluggish. And muscles, particularly in the glutes, thighs, and calves, weaken if we don't use them regularly. It's not just biology, it's lifestyle. We sit more, we move less, we avoid things that feel risky, and in doing so, we untrain our balance even more. But here's the hopeful part. Your body hasn't forgotten. It just needs reminders. Let's make this personal. Think about these everyday scenarios. Stepping off a curb with your hands full. Turning quickly when someone calls your name. Reaching into a bottom cabinet. Walking through a crowded restaurant or store. None of these things seem like athletic challenges until your balance is off. And here's the dangerous cycle. The more you avoid these movements, the more your body loses confidence in doing them. But we can break that cycle. Starting today, let's get practical. Here are 3 powerful but gentle movements that help retrain your balance, and they only take a few minutes a day. 1 Jia, the one-leg stand. This one is simple but revealing. Stand near a wall or sturdy chair. Shift your weight onto one foot. Lift the other foot a few inches off the ground. Try holding for 10-30 seconds, then switch sides. ODA. If you're wobbly, keep your fingertips lightly on a chair. Over time, aim to do this without holding on at all. This exercise trains the micro-adjustments your body makes to stay upright, just like in real life. 2. Heel-to-toe walk, tightrope walk. Think of this as a fun challenge. Stand tall. Step one foot directly in front of the other, heel touching toe. Walk 10-15 steps in a straight line. Engage your core. Look forward, not at your feet. This mimics the narrow base walking that often causes people to trip. The more you train this, the more stable you'll feel on uneven ground. 3. Literal weight shifts. This movement strengthens the sides of your hips and trains your body to shift weight smoothly. Stand with feet hip-width apart. Gently lean to one side, putting weight into that leg while lifting the opposite foot slightly. Return to center, then shift the other way. Repeat 10-12 times per side. It's a subtle motion, but powerful because most falls happen not from walking forward, but from sideways missteps. Now let's talk about something deeper. Balance isn't just about not falling. It's about moving through life with confidence. It's about stepping onto that escalator without hesitation. About dancing at your child's wedding. About kneeling in the garden and knowing you can stand up without fear. Rebuilding balance gives you more than physical strength. It gives you freedom. And freedom is what keeps us feeling a little not just safe, but capable. If you've noticed your balance slipping, you're not alone. And you're not broken. You're just a little out of practice. Start with these exercises. Start with just 5 minutes a day. And most importantly, don't stop moving. Because the moment you stop trusting your body, it stops trusting itself. But the moment you start training, even gently your body remembers. And when your body remembers how to balance, your life opens up again. Most mornings, we wake up because the world tells us to. An alarm buzzes, a calendar chimes, the kids call, the emails wait. We roll out of bed, half awake, and fall straight into the noise of the day. But let me ask you this. What if, instead of being pulled into the day, you stepped into it, awake, present, and prepared? What if your first 10 minutes weren't rushed or robotic, but sacred? A space for yourself. A chance to reconnect with your body before the world asks it to perform. That's what this video is about. A 10-minute morning routine, simple, gentle, and designed to reawaken your body, especially after 40. Because let's be honest, after a certain age, our bodies don't just bounce out of bed. They creak, they pause, they negotiate. But with just a few minutes of focused movement, you can shift your entire morning, your energy, your mindset, even your mood. Let's begin. Before we jump into the how, let's talk about the why. When we sleep, our bodies settle, blood flow slows, joints stiffen, muscles cool down, and our nervous system wakes up gradually like a sunrise. But most of us jolt into the day without giving our bodies time to catch up. This leads to stiffness, sluggishness, and even those strange little pains we can't quite explain. But when you start your day with gentle movement, your circulation improves, bringing oxygen to your muscles and brain. Your joints loosen up, reducing the risk of stiffness or injury. Your mind calms, setting a grounded tone for the hours ahead. It's not exercise. It's not a workout. It's a conversation with your body. A way of saying, "Good morning, I'm here. Let's move forward together." 1-3. The 10-minute routine. A gentle awakening. Let's walk through a flow you can start tomorrow morning. All you need is a bit of space, some soft music if you like, and a quiet corner by a window or even beside your bed. Ready? 1 Judge shoulder rolls. 1 minute. Why? We carry tension in our shoulder stress, sleep position, even emotion. How? Stand or sit tall. Inhale deeply. Then slowly roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Repeat this motion for 30 seconds. Then switch directions. Let your shoulders melt as you breathe. Bonus tip, close your eyes. Feel the weight of the world sliding off your shoulders. 2 WR. Standing marches, 2 minutes. Why, it gently gets the blood flowing and wakes up your core and legs. How? Stand tall. Begin marching slowly in place. Lift your knees just a few inches, no rush. Swing your arms naturally. Breathe with rhythm. Imagine you're warming up not for a race, but for a day worth living intentionally. 3 gentle twists, 2 minutes. Why? Improves spinal mobility and digestion. How? Stand with feet shoulder width apart. Let your arms swing gently as you twist your torso side to side. Let the movement be fluid, not forced. Feel the spine unwind. Let tension in your lower back release. You're not just moving, you're resetting. 4 Jeered, hip circles, 2 minutes. Why? Hips are the silent victims of modern life. Sitting tightens them. Inactivity weakens them. How? Stand with hands on hips. Gently rotate your hips in a circular motion 5 times one way, then switch. Let the movement feel smooth, almost like dancing. This is the area that supports your balance, your lower back, your walk. Treat it with care. 5. Arm reaches plus deep breathing, 2-3 minutes. Why? Opens the chest, stretches the spine, and centers the mind. How? Inhale as you reach both arms slowly overhead. Exhale as you bring them back down by your sides. Repeat. Add a gentle side stretch, if you'd like, reaching left, then right. With each breath, invite space into your lungs and stillness into your mind. Let this be the final note in your morning movement, a gentle yes to the day ahead. Make it yours. Now, here's the beauty of this routine. You can do it anywhere. You can do it in pajamas. You don't need a mat, a trainer, or even music, though soft instrumental music or nature sounds can make it even more meditative. This isn't about checking a box. It's about connecting. So light a candle, stand by a window, feel the sunlight on your skin, or listen to the birds. Let your body know this day is yours. To why this works, especially after 40. After age 40, our bodies begin to whisper before they shout. They hint at stiffness. They hint at imbalance. They ask gently, before someday demanding our attention. This 10-minute routine is your chance to listen early, to move kindly, to live fully. It's not dramatic, it's not intense, but it is life-giving. Because when you start your day with presence, you carry that presence into your work, your relationships, your decisions. And over time, this tiny practice builds something bigger than flexibility or strength. It builds trust between you and your body. And that, more than anything, is the foundation of health. So, tomorrow morning, give yourself 10 quiet minutes. Let your body wake up like the sun, slow, soft, and full of quiet promise. Because how you begin shapes everything that follows. Let's begin with a simple truth that often gets overlooked. Strength doesn't always look like movement. It doesn't always roar or lift heavy things or make you sweat. Sometimes, strength is still. It's subtle. It's the quiet hold of a muscle. It's the small effort that builds over time. It's the breath that carries intention rather than speed. And today, I want to talk about that kind of strength. The kind we too often dismiss. But that, especially as we age or as we begin again, might just be the most important strength of all. 2. Why small, slow movements matter more than you think. If you've ever felt like exercise had to be big, loud, and sweaty to count, I want to offer you a new perspective. Small movements, especially those that are slow and controlled, have a unique power. They target deep stabilizing muscles. They build neuromuscular connection, the communication between your brain and your body. And most importantly, they're accessible. You don't need to run a mile. You don't need to do push-ups. You just need to show up, stay present, and move, even just a little. Because in healing, in rebuilding, and in aging, well, intention is more important than intensity. Paired, what is hidden strength? Let me paint you a picture. Imagine someone standing in a small space, back against the wall, knees bent slightly in a silent hold. They're not moving. They're not gasping for air. But their muscles are trembling gently, working deeply, holding the line. That's an isometric movement, when you engage a muscle without changing its length. And that's where hidden strength lives. It teaches us control, patience, endurance. It teaches us how to listen to our body shout to hold tension, then release. How to be strong without being aggressive. How to find steadiness in stillness. And that is powerful. Breath, the unsung hero of control. Now let's talk about the other half of the equation, breath. When you pair small movements with slow, intentional breathing, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and recover mode. You calm the mind, improve circulation, and train the body to move more intelligently. Think about it this way. Every breath becomes a cue, a way of telling your muscles, now we engage, now we release. This is how we build what I call whisper strength. The kind that supports you when you reach for a drawer, bend to tie your shoe, or rise from a chair with grace. Prayed 3 small but mighty exercises you can try today. Let me share 3 gentle exercises that prove you don't need big movements to make a big difference. 1 Jia, wall sits, strength in stillness. How to do it? Stand with your back against a wall. Slide down until your knees are bent at about 90 degrees. Hold this position for 10-30 seconds. Don't worry if your thighs shake. That's your body waking up. This strengthens your quads, glutes, and core crucial muscles for walking, standing, and maintaining balance. Over time, increase the hold time. Even an extra 5 seconds is a quiet victory. 2. Chivis, seated leg lifts, stability for everyday life. How to do it? Sit tall in a sturdy chair. Straighten one leg out in front of you. Hold for 5-10 seconds, then lower with control. Repeat on the other side. This may seem simple, but it strengthens the muscles you use every time you step, stand, or climb stairs. It also trains your brain to activate muscles intentionally, rather than letting momentum do the work. 3. Seated ab contractions, core activation without crunches. How to do it? Sit comfortably. Place one hand on your abdomen. Exhale slowly as you tighten your abdominal muscles like you're bracing for a light punch. Hold for 5 seconds. Inhale to release. No motion, no pain, just awareness. This builds the deep core strength that helps prevent back pain, supports posture, and improves balance. You can do this while watching television, in the car, or even at your desk. The real power behind these movements. So why do these small exercises matter? Because they build what fitness doesn't always measure: control over chaos, confidence in movement, consistency over intensity. And when you're recovering from injury, starting fresh, or simply choosing a more mindful way of aging, this kind of training is gold. We live in a culture that glorifies the extreme. But your body doesn't need extreme. Your body needs attention. It needs repetition. It needs you to show up heaven for 5 minutes with focus and care. You don't have to move fast. You don't have to move far. You just have to move with awareness. And if you do that day after day, moment by moment, you'll discover a kind of strength that doesn't shout, but endures. Because in the end, it's not about lifting the heaviest weight. It's about lifting yourself steadily, gently, and with purpose. And that, my friend, is enough. Let me ask you something gently, honestly. When was the last time you felt truly strong from the inside out? I'm not talking about lifting heavy weights or running marathons. I mean something simpler. Like standing up without needing momentum. Like picking up your groceries without bracing. Like walking through your day with balance and quiet confidence. See, there's a place in your body that holds the key to these everyday victories. And it's not your arms. It's not your legs. It's your core. Now, don't worry, I'm not here to sell you abs. I'm not here to push six-pack fantasies or make you feel like you've fallen behind. I'm here to remind you that your core is your body's natural support system, and it never stops working for you. Every time you roll out of bed, every time you bend to tie your shoe, every time you stand tall to greet the day, that's your core stepping in to stabilize and protect you. But as we age, especially past 60, that deep foundation begins to weaken if we don't tend to it. And when the core weakens, the rest of life feels heavier. But here's the beautiful part. You don't need a gym membership, a personal trainer, or an intense boot camp to bring that strength back. You just need one simple move, one act of quiet resistance, one reconnection to the center of your body. We call it the modified crunch, and I promise, it's not what you're picturing. Let's walk through it, gently, together. Start by lying flat on your back. Bend your knees. Let your feet rest flat on the floor hip-width apart. Now, instead of the usual hand behind the head position that puts stress on your neck, I want you to do something different. Cross your arms over your chest. This is about control, not force, about awareness, not strain. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale slowly through your mouth, lift your shoulder blades just slightly off the ground, not your head, not your entire upper body. Just a small lift, just enough to activate your abdominal muscles. You're not aiming for height. You're aiming for intention. Feel that slight tremble in your center? That's your body remembering how to hold you. Now pause, just for a second, and slowly lower yourself back down as you breathe in again. That lowering the descent is just as important as the lift. Don't rush it. Don't drop. Think of it as lowering yourself into calm. Let's review. Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Cross arms over chest to protect the neck. Exhale as you lift just the shoulder blades. Pause at the top. Inhale as you return gently down. Now, how many should you do? Start simple. 5 to 8 repetitions. Do 3 sets, resting between each. You don't need to push to failure. You just need to show up for your center. If that feels like too much right now, don't worry. You can still build strength by lying flat and simply tightening your abdominal muscles, like a light contraction, like you're preparing to brace yourself, but gently. That counts. That builds. And as your strength grows, you can increase the challenge. Try holding the lifted position for 3 seconds instead of 1. You'll be amazed at how even the tiniest adjustments call your muscles to attention. The thing about your core is, it's not flashy. It's not visible to the world, but its impact, tremendous. It's the unsung hero of your movement. It holds you steady when life feels unsteady. It's there in the quiet background, offering balance, support, and grace. We often think that losing strength is just a natural part of aging. And yes, things do change. But weakness isn't inevitable. Neglect is. And what a gift, really, that we can begin again, at any age. That we can take 10 minutes out of the noise of the day to lie down, breathe deeply, and return to ourselves. I've seen this shift in people, in men and women who felt like their bodies were slipping away. And then, over weeks of consistent practice, they stand up taller. They walk more steadily. They move with a kind of quiet pride. And it all starts here with 1 breath, 1 lift, 1 moment of choosing strength from within. So today, I invite you, not to push, not to prove, but to connect with your center, your breath, your own strength. Start with what you can. Honor where you are. And remember, small movements, done consistently, lead to big change. Your body remembers how to support you. It just needs a gentle reminder. Let this be that reminder. Here's something most people don't realize. You've been doing squats every single day, without even calling them that. When you rise from bed, lower into a car seat, sit down at the dinner table, or stand up to hug someone, that's a squat. It's one of the most natural, repeated human movements. But strangely, it's also one of the first things we lose touch with as we age. Why? Because squatting takes strength, control, mobility. And when those begin to fade, so does our confidence in everyday motion. But what if we could take back that strength step by step, breath by breath? That's exactly what today's exercise is about. Not building superhero thighs, not punishing your joints with bootcamp moves, but simply reconnecting to a movement that already belongs to you. Let me walk you through it. Start by standing tall, feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointing just slightly outward, not exaggerated, just natural. Now imagine an invisible chair behind you. You're not going to collapse into it, you're going to guide yourself down like it's your favorite seat after a long day. Here's the key. Don't bend your knees first. Send your hips backward. Shift your weight behind you, like your body is remembering how to hinge at the hips, just like we did as kids, squatting down to play without thinking twice. Lower yourself slowly. Keep your heels grounded. Your knees should follow your toes, never caving inward. Inhale as you descend. Exhale as you rise. And as you come back up, don't just stand, press the floor away with your feet. Feel the strength of your legs supporting you, lifting you back into the day. This isn't just about form. This is about function, real-life function. Because when we lose the ability to squat, well, we start avoiding things. We hesitate to use stairs. We lean on our arms to get off the couch. We avoid low cabinets and deep garden beds. And slowly, our world gets smaller. But I've seen firsthand when people build their squat back up, they build their world back up too. Take my friend Robert. He's 68, used to love hiking, but after a fall on uneven ground, he stopped. Felt unstable. Felt old, he said. We started with a simple routine. Squats to a chair. Not to impress anyone, but to restore trust in his legs. And after a few weeks, he wasn't just squatting lower. He was walking taller. He called it standing up into myself again. If you're new to this, or if balance is a concern, here's how to start. Ease. Use a real chair. 2. Sit down slowly, then stand back up, focusing on using your leg muscles, not your hands. Do it 3 times, then rest, then 3 more, build up slowly. If that still feels tough, that's okay. Hold on to a table or countertop. Let it support you, but don't lean, just let it guide your balance. And if you're feeling strong, take it up a notch. Try hovering just above the chair without fully sitting. That extra second of tension, that's where strength lives. Keep your chest lifted. Let your hips lead, not your knees. Breathe deeply and move slowly. Don't let knees collapse inward. Rush through the movement. Push off with your hands unless absolutely needed. The squat is a quiet kind of power. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't make headlines. But it's the reason you can lift your grandchild off the ground. The reason you can garden for hours. The reason you can rise each morning, not just physically, but emotionally with stability. And as we get older, the goal isn't perfection. The goal is participation in your life, in your home, in your own story. So today, try 3 squats. Just 3. Do them with care, with breath, with awareness. Because this isn't just a movement. It's a reminder that you are still capable, still grounded, still strong. Your legs have carried you through every chapter of life so far. Let's keep giving them the strength to carry you through the next ones. Take a moment and notice your posture right now. Are your shoulders creeping forward? Is your head slightly jutting out toward the screen? You're not alone. In a world where we're always leaning into something, our phones, our laptops, our worry, it's no wonder our shoulders round, our necks strain, and our backs begin to curve like question marks we never meant to write. But posture isn't just about looking good in a photo. It's about how you breathe, how you move, how you live. A slouched posture compresses your lungs, tightens your neck, and throws off your center of gravity, raising your risk of falls, fatigue, and even anxiety. But here's the hopeful part. With one small, deliberate movement, you can begin to pull your body and your energy back into alignment. Let me introduce you to an exercise that may look simple, but works like magic over time. Scapular retraction. Now, if that term sounds technical, don't worry. It's really just about learning to engage the muscles between your shoulder blades, those deep, underused guardians of posture. Think of them like forgotten threads in the fabric of your upper body. Strengthen them, and suddenly the whole garment, your shoulders, your neck, your spine pulls together in harmony. Let's walk through it together. Start by grabbing a resistance band. If you don't have one, a towel will work for now. But trust me, investing in a simple resistance band will make a world of difference. Stand or sit tall. Hold the band with both hands, arms extended in front of you at chest height. Your elbows should be slightly bent, relaxed, not locked. Now, inhale gently, and as you exhale, begin to pull the band apart, slowly and with purpose. But here's the key. Don't just move your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're trying to pinch a pencil between them. You're not yanking, you're guiding. Feel that space open across your chest. Feel your collarbones expand, your neck lighten. Hold this squeeze for about 2 to 3 seconds, just long enough to remind your muscles what they're capable of. Then slowly release back to the starting position. That return, the slow release, is just as important as the pull. Think of it like returning a book to the shelf gently, instead of tossing it over your shoulder. Repeat this motion 8 to 12 times. Do it for 3 rounds, resting between each set. And while you do, breathe. Deep, steady, intentional breathing. It's not just a workout for your shoulders, it's a quiet recalibration of your whole nervous system. Now, you might wonder, is this really enough to change my posture? And I'll tell you this. You didn't become hunched in a day. But you can start unfolding bit by bit starting today. One of my clients, Linda, 64, used to call herself the human question mark. She'd spent decades working at a desk, carrying grandkids, managing a household, and she wore every ounce of that effort on her upper back. When she began practicing scapular retraction 3 times a week, something unexpected happened. Yes, her posture improved, but more than that, she breathed easier. She felt more grounded. She stood taller, not just physically, but emotionally. Because posture isn't just structure, it's self-expression. Standing tall tells your body and your mind that you are still fully here, still strong, still whole. And this one quiet movement, pulling your shoulder blades back just a few inches, just a few seconds, it's not just physical therapy. It's a declaration. I won't shrink from life. I will meet it, upright and open. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Focus on your back muscles, not your arms. Breathe deeply throughout. Don't let your shoulders rise toward your ears. Snap the band back. Rush the movement. We often think of strength in terms of lifting things, running distances, pushing limits. But strength also lies in our stillness, in the way we hold ourselves, in the quiet decision to come back into alignment with our bodies, our breath, and our presence. So try this today, just a few mindful minutes. And over time, you may notice something beautiful. You don't just stand differently, you feel different. More open, more present, more you. In the next section, we'll take that newfound balance and channel it into side-to-side strength. Because most falls don't happen when we walk forward, they happen when life throws us sideways. Stay with me, we're just getting started. Let me share something you probably won't hear in a typical fitness class. Most falls don't happen when you're walking forward. They happen when you step sideways. When you reach for something, when life pulls you just a little off center. A wet floor, a misjudged step, a twist of the torso while getting out of the car, and suddenly, the world tilts. It's not just about strength, it's about stability. And today, we're going to build it with one of the most underappreciated movements in the entire body, the lateral leg raise. This might look simple, and it is, but simple doesn't mean easy. Simple means essential. Here's the truth. The muscles on the sides of your hips, called the gluteus medius and minimus, are like the outriggers on a sailboat. They keep you from tipping when life leans too far in one direction. These muscles don't get the spotlight, but they're the silent heroes that keep you upright when you walk on uneven pavement, step off a curb, or shuffle sideways to avoid bumping into the coffee table. When they weaken, your balance goes. But the beautiful thing is, you can wake them up again. Let's go step by step. Start by standing next to a sturdy chair or wall, just close enough that your hand can rest lightly on it. Now, stand tall, feet hip-width apart, shoulders relaxed. Look forward, not down. Let your body know this is a moment of purpose. Slowly lift one leg directly out to the side. Don't worry about height. Even 6 inches, about 15 centimeters, is enough. Keep your toes pointing forward. Keep your torso upright, no leaning or tilting. This isn't about swinging your leg wildly, it's about controlled movement from your hip. Hold the lifted leg for 1 second, just long enough to feel that small fire light up on the side of your glute. Then lower your legs slowly back down. And that's it. Stand tall beside a chair or wall. Lift leg out to the side. Toes forward, torso upright. Hold 1 second. Lower with control. Repeat 8-10 times each leg. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions per side, and do 2-3 sets. It may feel easy at first, but after a few reps, you'll start to feel those deep stabilizers doing their job, maybe for the first time in years. If you want more of a challenge as you grow stronger, try holding that top position for 3 seconds instead of 1. Or even better, let go of your support for just the last few reps. It's not about perfect balance. It's about letting your body remember that it can balance again. You know, we don't talk enough about sideways strength. We train for forward motion. We walk. We climb stairs. We stretch in straight lines. But life isn't just straight lines. It moves diagonally. It throws surprises at us from the side. And when we don't train our bodies to respond to those angles, we fall. We hesitate. We shrink our world. I've worked with dozens of people who didn't think of themselves as unbalanced until they found themselves gripping railings more tightly or skipping certain activities out of quiet fear. And you know what changed it? Not fancy workouts, not lifting heavy weights, but this, a simple sideways lift, repeated over days and weeks, with care, with breath, with belief. One client of mine, Maria, told me this movement made her feel like she was opening doors she didn't know had closed. That's what strength does. It opens doors. You're not just lifting your leg. You're lifting your confidence, your trust in your own body, your ability to move freely through your home, your neighborhood, your life. And that is priceless. So the next time you're brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil takes 60 seconds, stand tall, lift, breathe, lower, repeat. Your body won't just thank you. It will remember. It will remember how to stabilize, how to stay grounded, how to trust itself again when the world moves sideways. Because balance isn't luck. It's something we build on quiet rep at a time. Life isn't always a straight path forward. Sometimes we need to pause. Sometimes we need to step back to gather strength, to find balance, to move with intention. And that's not just a metaphor. It's also one of the most powerful movements you can train your body to do, especially as you age. It's called the reverse lunge. Now, if the word lunge brings to mind grueling gym classes or painful knee pressure, don't worry, what we're doing here is different. Gentle, functional, and more important than you might think. Because every time you go downstairs, every time you step off a curb or turn to reach behind you, you're asking your body to handle dynamic, multi-directional movement. And the reverse lunge? It teaches your body how to respond, not just react. Let's break it down together. Start by standing tall, feet about hip-width apart. Let your hands rest on your hips, or extend gently out to the sides for balance. Now, take one foot back, about 2 to 3 feet. Let the ball of your back foot touch down softly. Keep your front foot planted firmly on the ground. As you inhale, begin to bend both knee slow and steady. Your front thigh should move toward being parallel to the floor. Your back knee points downward, not necessarily touching the ground, just moving toward it. And here's the important part. Keep your upper body upright. Chest lifted. Eyes forward. Now exhale, and push through the heel of your front foot. That heel is your power source. It brings you back to standing, tall and strong. Step back gently. Inhale as you lower. Keep front knee aligned with toes. Exhale as you rise. Repeat 6-10 reps per leg, 2-3 sets. If you're just starting out, or if balance feels shaky right now, no problem. You can modify this movement in a few simple ways. OEA. Start by simply stepping back without lowering. That's right, just the backward motion itself trains your balance and coordination. Use a chair, countertop, or wall for extra support. Let your hand rest there lightly, not to hold yourself up, but to feel safer as you move. Once you're comfortable, add a gentle dip of the knees. Then, maybe next week, go a little lower. And when you're ready, you can even hold light weights or 2 water bottles for an extra challenge. But always prioritize control over depth. It's not how deep you go. It's how intentionally you move. And here's where the metaphor of the reverse lunge becomes so beautifully real. In life, we're often told to move forward, to push ahead, to never look back. But growth doesn't always come from forward motion. Sometimes, the step back is where the strength is built, where we reclaim our footing, where we train ourselves to rise again with more stability, more grace, more power. When I teach this movement to clients, especially those over 50, it's often accompanied by stories. One woman, a retired nurse, told me she used to avoid walking down hills because her legs felt unsteady. After a few weeks of practicing reverse lunges, she said something that stuck with me. "I trust my legs again. I didn't realize how much I missed that." And that's really what this is about. Trust. In your body, in your balance, in your ability to move with freedom, not fear. You see, aging isn't about decline. It's about adjustment, adaptation, rediscovery. The reverse lunge trains more than your legs. It trains your mind to feel steady. It tells your body, you're still capable of powerful things. It builds the strength that helps you. Walk downstairs without gripping the rail. Step over garden beds. Turn and reach without losing your footing. Get up from the ground without panic. These are not luxury movements. They're life movements. So today, just try one. One gentle reverse lunge. Step back. Lower a little. Breathe. Then return stronger than before. And if 1 turns into 2, and 2 turns into 10, well, that's how transformation begins. Not all at once, but step by step, sometimes backward, so you can move forward with confidence. Because in movement, like in life, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is take one mindful step back. So now you've learned all 8 exercises. And if you're wondering how to fit them into your life, here's the simple plan. OAG. Do this routine 3 times a week. ODE. Each exercise, 2 to 3 sets. ATA. The whole session? Just 10 to 15 minutes. Start small. Start slow. Focus on consistency, not intensity. Even if you begin with fewer reps or shorter holds, that's okay. What matters is that you begin. Over time, your posture improves. Your legs get stronger. Your balance becomes more stable. And more than anything, you'll feel capable again. Now, if you're ready to commit to building strength and confidence again, type "I'm ready" in the comments. And don't forget to share this video with someone who might need it. One last thing. If climbing stairs has become a struggler, something you quietly avoid. A next video walks you through 3 essential movements to make stairs easier and safer. So hit that subscribe button, and let's keep you moving forward stronger every day.